Former University of Tennessee starting quarterback Nico Iamaleava has found a new home. It was reported that he's committed to UCLA after a crazy couple of days. Now, we know what happened last week at Tennessee. He missed practice right before the spring game. The news started to leak out about him missing practice because his representatives were trying to double up on his NIL deal. He was scheduled to get $2 million this upcoming season. They wanted $4 million. I thought Tennessee would budge, but they did it. Head coach Josh Heupel said, "No, we good." He said no one man is bigger than the program. So as expected, Nico hit the transfer portal, and everything keeps rolling at Tennessee. He had some suitors initially. I saw there was USC was there, Notre Dame, saw Texas Tech pop up. I even saw Tulane. Even heard rumors about North Carolina might be in the mix for him because we know he had that $4 million asking price. But it got a little cold and a little quiet the last couple of days. You will hear some things pop up here and there. Even heard Colorado pop up, but that might have just been hearsay and some fake internet rumors. But today the news came out and it was announced that he's at UCLA, and I'm happy for him. Dad says the move wasn't about the NIL money, which I find bogus because, you didn't get what you wanted, so now you hit the transfer portal. The dad said they didn't like Josh Heupel's offense, which I find weird because you don't wait till April to decide that you don't like the offense. If you didn't like the offense last year, you ain't going to like it this year. You should have entered the transfer portal in January. Now, with all that being said, according to college football insider Pete Thamel, he's not going to get the $4 million asking price. He's not even going to get what he was making at Tennessee. He's going to get a little bit less. The number was never disclosed, but Pete Thamel's in the know, and he said the number isn't what he was expecting to get. So now you have a classic case of a very good kid because everybody's talked glowingly about Nico, and I'm sure he's a great dude, but then you could be a great dude and have some stupid people in your corner. In this case, his handlers and his dad are the stupid people. They should have let the kid be, and I'm not saying don't get the money you're supposed to get. Get every red cent off these schools because they've been doing it for decades, the players, and it's about time the players find a way to maximize their earning potential. But in this case, he had a very basic season. You kind of got to know your market. I'm not knocking him. I guess he looked at Miami, looked at Carson Beck, but Carson Beck won a national championship. Let's call it what it is. But you got to know your market. You got to know where you're at, and you got to know what you're worth. If he has an All-American type season, becomes a Heisman Trophy candidate this season, come back to the drawing board. But until now, should have stayed put. Because of the grass ain't always green on the other side. But hope it works out for him. But I guess this is the new age of college sports.